Hey, it's Gene Bleeker, and welcome to Genius Thoughts. I'm your eyes, ears, and voice of real estate, business, and the community. And I'm here with another superstar, Sara
Yeah.
Garton. Thank you for
Hi,
being on
Jean.
the show. It's so great to have you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you more than you appreciate me, so appreciation right back at you. So I'm going to see you tomorrow. We're going to have a lunch, right?
Yes.
We got a lunch
Yes.
meeting tomorrow, putting buyers and sellers together, hearing about inventory. You know,
Exactly.
I love you being the best of the best. I love
Oh,
that we
thank
selected
you.
you into our group because you are such a great, positive, wonderful person, and I'm so glad to get you into the family. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being who you are.
No, thank you for allowing me to be there. I really appreciate that, Jean.
You're so welcome. So there's some of my viewers who don't know who a Sarah Garton is. So can you tell everybody a little bit more about yourself and your
Sure,
wonderful family?
sure. I actually was born in Mexico. I grew up
Okay.
there, so my main language is Spanish. Then I came to the US because I wanted to go to college to pursue a master's degree in business.
Wow.
Um, Unfortunately for me, I met my husband here and we decided just to get married instead of me going back over there.
Okay.
I stay here and I have two twin boys. They're at
Okay.
24 years old right now and they live in Florida. They went to college over there and they found jobs over there, so they just stay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Boys' names?
Michael and Matthew.
The
Yes.
M&M boys.
M&M boys. Yes.
I got that. So one might be plain, the other one might be peanut. I don't know how that works, but that's okay. That's okay with me if that works for you. All right. So were they
Yeah.
named after anybody?
No, my husband was. We agreed that if they were girls, I will pick the names. If they were boys, he will pick the names. So he won.
Okay. All
But
right.
no,
So,
they were not named after anybody specifically.
okay, you just never know,
Yes.
right? Do they look alike?
No, they are fraternal twins, and my
Okay.
husband is white, so I have a white boy and a Mexican boy.
Okay. It's salt and pepper.
Yes.
Easy to tell them apart. I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
So it's more like one like you is or and the other one like your husband?
Yes. Very, very so. Yeah. And the funny thing, Jim, is the one that physically looks like me has more of the characteristics of my husband, the way he behaves and all that. And it's the opposite with the other one. So,
Oh, that is
yeah.
so funny.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's a great mix and match, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So how'd you meet your husband?
He used to work part time at Sears. And while I was
Okay.
going to college, I worked at Sears. And that's how we met. Yes.
Okay,
And we
my
met
mom worked
there.
at Sears, so
Oh,
so
mhm.
I get that. I
Yep.
get that.
Yeah.
So was it the Sears in the Antelope Valley?
No, we used to live in Silmar, California, in
Okay,
the San Fernando Valley. Hmm.
got it.
Yes.
My mom worked at the one in Canoga Park.
Okay. Yeah.
Loved
Yeah.
it.
There was.
Absolutely. Had so many friends, had such a great time working there. It was one,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah.
liked her in the clothes. So,
Yeah. They had really good quality. Yep.
they sure did. They sure did. So I love asking this question.
Hmm.
Take a breath.
Yes.
So, is there anything that the viewers might not know about you? Because there are some people who know you, but some people
Yes.
who don't.
Exactly. I love to work with numbers. So I
Okay.
keep track of statistics like for real estate. I do a lot of the numbers and seeing how the market goes down and the percentages and
Right?
all that. How the market is behaving. On the personal side, I'm a penny tracker. So every penny that comes into my house and goes out of my house, I always keep track of it. I think I've been tracking all our numbers since 2005, and it's daily. I mean, if I spend 90 cents, 90 cents go into my book that I spend 90 cents. So,
Mother knows best. Mother knows best.
yes.
Whatever's in your pocketbook. I totally get that.
Yeah.
So you're a
Yeah.
numbers girl, which I'm sure is phenomenal for real estate, right?
Yes, yes, it is. It helps a lot, especially when you're trying to help people decide if they should buy a property, flip it, and reinvest, and resell it. So
Right.
it does help a lot in that aspect.
And I think you helping these people making the right decisions, if this is the right home for you, can you afford it? Things of that
Yes,
nature, correct?
yes, exactly.
Love
Yes.
that. I love that. And I also hear that you are a keen enthusiast of puzzles. Is that true?
Yes, I do that. Through my pregnancy, I developed a love for puzzles. So I really, really, I just had 1,000 piece puzzles and I would put them together. Yes, that helped me a lot. It helped
Oh,
me relax, and I think it keeps my mind sharp.
well, you know what? You are one sharp woman, so I would have to agree with that statement no matter what.
Thank you.
So what got you into the world of real estate, Sarah?
Originally, my husband actually had his license,
Okay.
and he was asking me, "Oh, why you don't do it?" Because he was a probation officer, so he had a full-time job.
Hmm.
And I decided, okay, I can get my license and I can help him. Well, he decided real estate was not for him, but I fall in love with real estate. So I stayed on it while he went out of me. So I lost the partner that I had at that point. But I just, that feeling that you get people when they don't think that they can qualify for a home and they've been renting for years. And eventually, you give them the keys and they're like, I can't believe I own a home. So
Right?
that feeling, that is the greatest feeling that people can have, a real
Makes
estate
you feel
agent
good
can have.
inside, right?
Yes, yes,
So that's why you got into real estate to help people buy the American dream,
yes.
real estate.
And
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 go
yeah,
ahead.
now I actually, um, because I have accomplished kind of financial freedom through real estate, and I would really love for other people to be able to do that because just a regular job, and I keep telling that to my kids, a regular job will not make you rich, will not give you financial freedom. And I'm not mean to be wealthy to keep taking it just for yourself, but to be able to help people that are less fortunate to be able to do that. So,
I
yeah.
think that's awesome. And you told
Mhm.
your story very well, and I appreciate that. So how long have you been in the real estate business?
I got my license back in 93,
Okay.
but then in 2000, when I had the twins, I took a break, a long break, because I was homeschooling them. Uh, when they left for college at 16, then I was like, what do I do with all this time? I mean, I wasn't sitting with them with the classes. I wasn't going to baseball practice, to swimming practice, to whatever they were doing. So I told my husband, I better go back into real estate. And that's what I did in 2018. I went through the whole courses again to get the license, and I got the license. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
did you
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
I actually became a broker. I think it was about a year and a half ago. Yes.
I would have figured that one. I would have figured that was going to happen to you.
Yes. Yes.
So being in this real estate market for many years, what would you say is some of the best advice people gave you about real estate?
I think the best advice that I got is to not spend the check until you have that check in there. Because most real estate agents, they are making accounting, oh, I'm getting this deal closed, and then something happens. So that's what I think is the best. Do not spend the money until the check is in your pocket.
Don't count your chickens before they're hatched, right?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. All right, and you live by that every day and you do a great job in doing that.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So if somebody was new in the business,
Mhm.
because we get a lot of newbies watching the program, what words of wisdom would you like to give a newbie in today's business?
And I think really goes into every business and aspect of life.
Hmm.
Honesty and integrity go a long way, Jim.
Yes,
Uh, because if you provide that to people, you don't have to remember what you told them before. If you are looking after your client, you don't have to worry about if things go wrong because they know that you have their backs and you've
right.
been watching for them. So And I mean, I can see it just because when you do a good job for them, they will be the ones bringing you your next job. And that's what I think most of us should really focus and be have integrity, have honesty with them, respond quickly to the needs of the client.
Okay. Keeping your people first, right?
Yes, yes,
Love that. I love that. I mean, that's why you've been selected into our group because it's about your clients. I mean, that's
yes.
one of the things that I looked at when we selected you is that you are so client motivated, and it was such a huge priority to you and to me. That's why I felt you would be just such a great contributor to our organization.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Crazy market that we're having, though, right?
Yes,
See,
very crazy right now.
I call it the
Uh,
good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome, right?
well, it is, but I think if we go back to the point that if you do a good job for a person and you put their needs first, they will bring the clients to you. And it doesn't matter if you are serving them with a small piece of land or a big commercial building, they feel that you have their interests at first. And that's what makes your business grow.
Got it. I totally agree, without a doubt. So
Yes.
2025 is here.
Mhm.
Besides you making a great decision by joining our family, um, what are you going to be doing differently in 2025? Did you put your head, your goals, your thoughts together? Did you figure out that puzzle of what you're going to be doing different in 2025?
One of the things that I realized that I was not utilizing my CRM the way
Hmm,
that it should be utilized. And I've been working, I had little scratch papers all over with names of people and phone numbers and everything. So this year I have been putting a lot of time into putting those people into my CRM. And I started emailing and I started bulk texting, which saved me a lot of time, and then I give them a call, like on a quarterly basis, I get together. So mainly that's what I'm focusing on, making sure that by the end of 2025, I have everybody in that CRM to follow through.
got it. Because most real estate agents, and I'm not saying you because that is not you by any way, shape, or form, they have a client and they let them go. They don't touch base with them. They don't, they don't say hello, how are you? How's the family?
Yes,
How's the holidays? And I think that's so important of having such a great relationship with them. And I love the idea about you making personal touches with them. Not only
yes,
do you send them reminders, letting them know how much you appreciate them, that
hmm,
you actually put in those phone calls
yes,
to these people. I think that is so important. And from hearing from you, you are a referral agent, that a lot of your business comes to people
yes,
saying, you got to work with Sarah. She's amazing at
exactly,
what she does, right?
exactly. Yes, that's exactly how I get the business.
Okay. So CRMs is a big thing that you're putting into place.
Yes.
But
Mhm.
what would you consider is a Sarah Garton's biggest strength, besides being a great wife and a great mother and a great puzzle fanatic? What would you say is your biggest strength when it comes to business?
I think I'm very responsive. Like when I get a text, a call, or email, I always respond as soon as possible. I don't let it go the next day. I try to respond everything the same day. Um, Even if it's bad news or if the business is going bad, the deal is going bad, I always answer my phone calls to the agents. I never try to avoid them. Or if I got bad news about, the loan or whatever it is, the appraisal, my client will immediately know the situation that we're facing. And it's not because I'm just going to leave them hanging there, but I want them to be aware of the situation, but I'm working urgently to try to solve the issue.
So it's about response time and
Yes,
resolving situations, right?
exactly. Yes.
I love that. I love that. Those are really two great attributes, and I think that's amazing. One of the things I wanted to ask you was about your thoughts on networking and how important networking is to you and to your business. Would you like to give some details on the importance of networking?
I think it's very, very important. Once you get to know the other agent, and especially like if you work one time with them, I think the other agents, even though they got an offer, they will actually call and say, hey, can your client match this offer that I got? Especially a few months ago that we got multiple offers, and they will call and say, hey, I got this offer presented to me by another agent. I will prefer to work with you if your client can match the offer. So it's very, very important that they know that you are an agent that is on top of your deals and that you are focusing in closing that deal so that you can solve the problem of both the seller and the buyer.
Love that. So how are you seeing the market right now? What would you say to people about the market, whether it's a buyer or a seller, an investor, a family friend? What would you say to them?
Um, if it's a buyer, I usually tell them, look, I know the interest rate are high. I know that the home prices are high. But if you can make the payment, it really doesn't make a difference what the market is doing. With the sellers, excuse me, with the sellers, I try to price it a little bit below the market so that we can actually sell that property. And I
Why do you
explain
do
to them,
that? Why do you do that? Why do you price it a little bit lower? I know the answer, but I love for the people to hear your thoughts.
yeah. Well, the reason is because if you see a house for 500 and this another one for 490, the same house, the same neighborhood, you will actually go with the 490. So you have a, a bigger pool of buyers that are going to be willing to offer in your house, to come and visit your house, instead of the neighbor across the street that have it even 10,000 or 5,000 low higher than yours.
So the idea is getting more eyeballs onto the property, right?
Yes, yes,
Exactly.
so that it
Getting
can
more
sell
people in
faster.
there to get more energy, more excitement, and saying, this seems like a good deal. Let's go for it. Or
Exactly.
maybe we have to, maybe we have to get a bigger offer because there's other offers coming on the property, correct?
Yes, yes, and that happens still now. Yes, not as often, but it still is happening now.
Yeah. So interest rates are high.
Mhm.
We understand that, but there's there's got to be some sort of scenario that buy now and you can always lower your interest rate, correct? When the
Um,
when those go when the opportunity is correct.
yes. The one thing that I also teach people, a buyer, is that the ways that they can pay their house faster, or what we can do is, once you start accumulating more on the principal side, you can also do the recast of the loan, which will lower your payment without having to refinance that loan. So, I work in different ways. I'm very committed to financial freedom for people not to be in bondage of debt. So I try to help every client that I find to also have the same mentality.
So
Mhm.
you are the real estate puzzle solver, right? Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Well, you just kind of explained it to me in a nutshell about who you are and what you are and what you're all about. And I absolutely love that. You
Mhm.
know, you've been selected into our group, and I have to say kudos to you because of your dedication to your clients and to your business and to the consumer and to the community. And that's to me are four wonderful things about you. You're a professional, you're a problem solver, you're a role model, you are somebody with a great heart. You're about integrity. I am so glad that we found you
Oh,
as a business partner, part of our group, and you are going to do wonders in helping our organization just stay sharp and knowledgeable, and giving them some really positive insights on what you see the market, where it's going, and how you're going to make our members stronger members and working with you. I think you're going to do such a phenomenal job in doing that.
oh, thank you, Jim. I really appreciate your words.
Oh, you're so very welcome. But let's talk about mentors in your life. I mean, let's
Mhm.
talk about a personal mentor, a family mentor, or somebody like that, and a business member. So if we were going to talk about a family mentor, who would that be?
I would say my mom. I really
Okay.
respect her. My father died when I was 9, and I'm the youngest one of 8.
Wow.
So she was left, and in Mexico, it's not like here that people get, Social Security and all that. Over there, you have to somehow get your kids together and feed them. So she was left with 5 minor kids,
Mm,
and she just worked and worked and worked, and we saw her thrive, and that's what we learned. The other thing that she has taught me, like when it's caring for elderlies. When my grandma and grandpa were not able to take care of themselves, they were brought into our home. And now I'm doing that the same thing. My mom is 90. My husband's mom passed away, but the father is still alive. Once they needed help, we brought them into my home. So at one point, we were 7 people living in a house that was meant for 4, but we managed. So we're here.
right.
We're here. So that's,
Family is everything.
mm-hmm,
Right.
yeah, yep.
You tell your two boys that. They better take care of mom. I mean,
I
they
hope
better
they
take care
do.
of mom or they're in trouble.
They saw these samples, so I hope that they do.
Exactly. All
Mhm.
right, so let's talk about a mentor in business. Who would you say your biggest mentor was in business or one of your mentors in business?
Well, I love reading a lot, and like for the entrepreneurial spirit, I love Cody Sanchez. I hear her podcast all the time. She has a lot of great insight about businesses. She owns like probably 1,000 or 2,000 businesses herself. So I
Yikes.
really, really love to listen to her and be my guide for that. Um, Financially, I started with Dave Ramsey, and he helped me do the foundations of how we will run our family as a business. That's how I see it now, or see it back then when I first was introduced to him in 2005. Um, who else comes to mind? Right now, I would say in real estate, I love Keller Williams. He had a lot of insight about real estate. He has the number one brokerage right now. So I love to hear his podcast too.
Hmm.
So those are the main people that I listen to.
I love that. I love that. So before we go,
Mhm.
any closing thoughts? Anything that comes to your mind? Anything that we didn't discuss today that you could think of that you might want to end our conversation with? Because you shared a lot with us. So I got
Thank you.
to hear about your wonderful father, your mother. I got to hear about your two sons,
Mhm.
your thoughts. I mean, you did a great job, but there's got to be something I might be missing.
Jim, when I went to the Santa Clarita meeting that you guys had, and you had those top producers speaking in there, that was such an inspiration for me because I always think if they can do it, I can do it. So when you have a high quality agents in your group and they're speaking and you see the commodity that they had, that was what attracted me to pursue the academy with you guys.
Well,
Yes.
thank you. I
Oh,
think
you're welcome.
Well, we are exclusive. We are prestigious. We are the
Yes.
best of the best. And, we like working with agents that have a good heart, have a good
Hmm.
soul, have a good personality. It's not about production. It's who they
Yes.
in the front side and the back side of their card, where it's about the people. It's about the community. It's about, clients. It's more than just selling homes. And I think that was our vision, and that's why we came hunting for you in a
Oh,
good
thank you.
in a good way.
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you, Sarah, for being on the program today.
Oh,
And
thank you.
oh my God, it was such an honor and a privilege. And I cannot wait to see you next week, or should I say tomorrow? Can't
Tomorrow we
wait
will
to see you
meet.
tomorrow.
Yes.
We have a lunch meeting. It's going to be a lot of fun. And just looking forward to having some more quality time with you.
We'll see you, Jim. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, I told you she was amazing. Sara Garton, the lady of ladies, the celebrity for today, an amazing person, somebody you got to know. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, it is Scott the Mortgage Doc coming to you from the exclusive Academy for Real Estate Professionals. Today's spotlight serves up 6 fresh listings and showers props on the powerhouse agents behind them. So strap in and let's ignite your imagination. All right, big shout out to Lorraine. Big shout out to Lorena Cinquilla Rubio. This is a listing at 2701 Juniper Drive in Palmdale, California, 93550. This one is Juniper Hearth. This is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Living square feet on this one is 1,190 square feet. This listing is at 430,000. Now this is minutes from top-rated schools, local shops, eateries, and a 10-minute freeway hop. Convenience is king here. A cozy fireplace anchors the family room while an open flow sweeps into a chef-ready kitchen, flaunting a giant island, walk-in pantry, breakfast nook, and wall-to-wall cabinetry. Host holiday dinners in the private dining room, then retreat upstairs to a spa-inspired primary suite with a soaking tub, separate glass shower, dual vanities, and walk-in closet. Need flex space? A loft-style nook doubles as an office or study zone, and an upstairs laundry keep chores effortless. Lorena Chiquila Rubio has this gem ready for quick action. All right. Next, we have a big shout out to Paula Stafford with a listing at 37158 29th Street, East Palmdale, California, 93550. This is the Commuter Cozy Retreat. It is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Living square feet on this one is 1,103 square feet. Listing is at 385,000. This is a freeway close. Ease means shorter drives and longer weekends. 2 generous bedrooms each boast a private ensuite bath, perfect for guest stays or house hacking renters. A sleek security gate frames the shaded front yard where a majestic tree keeps the home cool. Indoors, an efficient laundry zone complements the 2-car garage for grab and go living. Practical, comfortable, and bursting with potential, it's ideal jumpstart for first-timers or anyone craving low-maintenance space to grow. Paula Stafford has the commuter dream dialed in. All right. And another big shout out to Paula Stafford for listing at 461 East Avenue R5 in Palmdale, California, 93550. This is the ADU Advantage. This is a 4 bedroom, 3 bath. Living square feet on this one is 2,003 square feet, listing at 497,500. A full attached ADU with its own yard unlocks income potential or multi-generational comfort. Cook like a pro in the renovated kitchen, sporting tile floors, quartz counters, painted cabinets, dine-in space, and storage galore. Laminated floors, new lighting, mini blinds, and refreshed baths, new vanities on the way create a move-in ready vibe. Fresh paint and a 2-year young HVAC, a fully gated yards elevate comfort and privacy. Shared laundry access, so no HOA or Melrose, and a commuter-friendly local near schools, shops, and the freeway seal the value. Paula Stafford is ready to hand over these versatile keys. All right. And we have a big shout out to Brenda Ross. This is a listing at 23515 Lyons Avenue, Unit 286, Santa Clarita, California, 91355. This is the balcony pool view. It is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Living square feet on this one is 987 square feet. It is at listing at 390,000. Fresh paint and an open, light-filled plan set an upbeat tone the moment you enter. Dual primary suites with a private bath keep roommates or guests ultra comfortable. A spacious great room flows to a balcony overlooking the shimmering pool, morning latte, or a sunset soiree. You choose. The kitchen delivers an ample prep space beside a cozy dining nook, while updated fixtures, plantation shutters, and a built-in closet organizer polish every detail. Moments from award-winning schools, parks, shopping, and the freeway, the commuter stacks on pools, spa, tennis, fitness center, and more with no Melrose. Brenda Ross invites you to claim this Valencia lifestyle upgrade. Beautiful, beautiful listing there. All right, we have a big shout out to Brenda Ross. This is at 23726 La Salle Canyon Road in Santa Clarita, California, 91321. This is the Canyon Oasis Estate. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Living square feet on this one is 1,891 square feet for a listing at 1.15 million. At the cul-de-sac tip of gated Rancho La Salle, a 1-acre sanctuary wraps you in privacy. Designer features soar under cathedral ceilings and a grand living room warmed by a romantic fireplace. Quartz-topped island, subway splash, and a dual dining zones open to a resort-style backyard for seamless indoor-outdoor living. The primary suite spills to a courtyard retreat and a spa bath, while guests lounge by the pool, spa, and outdoor shower amid the lush, hard landscapes. Upgraded flooring, recessed LEDs, newer pool heater, Tesla charger, finished epoxy floor garage, and still no Melrose make this the total package. Brenda Ross can turn this canyon oasis into your forever home. Beautiful, beautiful listing. All right. And big shout out to Portia Franklin with a listing at 27824 Marquis Drive in Valencia, California, 91381. This is the 5-point Lux. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Living square feet on this one is 2,858 square feet, listing at 1.265 million. And snap up the mortgage rate buy down and step into 125,000 plus in builder upgrades from day one. Nestled in Valencia's coveted 5-point, you're surrounded by paseos, trails, parks, and top-tier schools. Sunlight dances over elegant finishes from the private entree past the EV-ready garage and a cheek powder room into a chef's kitchen with premium appliances and designer cabinetry. Upstairs, a spa-inspired primary suite joins generous bedrooms and on-level laundry for effortless living. Select models even add a ground floor bedroom with full bath, perfect for multi-generational families or just luxe guests. Portia Franklin is ready to welcome you into the 5-point luxury. Man, what a beautiful listing. And I hear some good stuff is going to be happening on that property this weekend that you might see me at. So with all of that, that's another masterclass in listing storytelling, proof that vivid narratives turn square footage into solid signs. Join me next week for more market gems and agent shoutouts. Until then, stay savvy, solvent. The Mortgage Doc signing off with the exclusive academy for real estate professionals. Bye, everybody.